Hi, I'm Altaf. I'm the founder and CEO at Snaptrude, and I'm going to be demoing Snaptrude, which is a collaborative, modern, automated 3D BIM tool which literally works out of a web browser. As you can see, I'm using Google Chrome over here. So since it's an online tool, can be used across any devices, be it Windows, Mac, just need a web browser, and works seamlessly on a handheld device like an iPad or even a phone to access the models and review them. The interface is very similar to existing tools, and you can use a drawing capability to start drawing your spaces or zones or rooms or masses, whatever you call them as, to be able to figure out the best configuration and the best implementation of the design. As I am using the drawing tool with all the various snaps, you can see I can create precise drawings. And since it's drawing in the form of masses, it's more like a bubble diagram, can be rearranged, can be moved around by individual pieces, or I can edit them together as well in a parametric form, as you're able to see over here. I can move this vertex, figure out if I remove this vertex, what are the permutation combinations of removing the vertex. So it's a best of both the worlds. Parametric design happening with a capability which is very much needed in the early design stage. And whatever I'm drawing here is already a 3D model, it's not just a 2D drawing. So you're able to follow your 2D and 3D journey together like any other BIM software for that matter. So let's start labeling things. So say this is a plaza to enter into the building. Say this is a water body. As you can see, the moment I start labeling them, they start taking shapes. The water body is gone under the ground. The plaza has become very thin entrance to the building. So it responds to these tags based on your requirements, and these tags can also be customized based on your office. Say this reception, I want it to be double height. I can just quickly change the height and make it a double height space as well, as you're able to see. Let's just select these lift lobbies and stairwells and quickly replicate them on the next floor as well. And even columns, as you're able to see, and other masses have been drawn for the second floor. Let's just maybe complete out the rest of this by going into the 2D mode, as you're able to see. So I'm going to use the lower floor as a reference to be able to draw, and use the midpoint snaps to draw more precisely over here. And we are done. So we have been able to create all of these things. Say the second floor, I just want it to be replicated, say across 10 more floors. You just copy it, and we are able to see it's already replicated it across 10 floors in a matter of few seconds. Now, as I was saying, it's a fairly parametric model. The floor to floor height which we were working with by default is about 3 meters, but can be adjusted, and it's very parametric. Say the ground floor or the first floor which we have, first story, instead of the 3 meter or 3000 mm floor to floor height which you want to be, if you want to make it 4 meters, I'll just click it, and as you saw, it adjusted it such that all the other floors moved upwards, and it adjusted its height. But even further, we had a staircase over here. So what Snaptrude did is it modified the staircase to have an extra landing and added a few floors so that it can accommodate for the 3 meter from 3 meter to 4 meter floor to floor height. So let me just go back to 3 meter, and you'll very well see that the staircase is now replaced with just a single landing, unlike the 4 meter floor to floor height. And at this stage, when we have a massing study, with a click of a button, Snaptrude allows us to evaluate the area schedule, which is calculating your detailed breakup of built up area, your carpet area, your FSI or your floor area ratio, as you're able to see over here, auto computed, and even the distribution across each floor is shown in such detail. So you can even customize these built up area and carpet area calculation based on your requirements. Say you want to do a RERA carpet area, you can change the formula. You want to say exclude water body from the FSI calculation, just uncheck it. Maybe any other room which you don't want to be included, you can just uncheck it, and you can very well see how the FSI or FAR formula, the value is being changed in real time over here. And since it's as I was saying, it's a free form modeling tool, you can start doing some crazy edits as well. So let's maybe quickly select some alternate floors. We have the mirror tool to be able to mirror it out across these things. Use our edit or push pull tool and maybe extrude it out. So you can extrude out vertices and edges as well, along with faces, and create some refuge terraces over here and some elevation which will make this building unique. And when I made these edits, I can quickly just click on areas again to now help me evaluate if I'm still within my FAR limits, my built up area and carpet area are according to the requirements which would serve the client or not, it in a click of a button, which otherwise would have taken hours and hours to just keep in touch with the CAD file or whatever that concept design tool is being deployed. And you can very quickly evaluate that the FAR is maybe within the by these edits. Now this is a massing study. I can bring in more site context at this point of time as well. So we have the ability to bring in a sketch image or a floor plan or a CAD file as well for your site data or existing renovation project that you're doing or existing CAD files out there. Or you can even use a topography feature to navigate to the place where this building is going to be constructed and bring in updated data out of this site to bring in more site context. So this is somewhere in the US, but I can actually navigate to anywhere in the world, say Kormangla in Bangalore or Mumbai or any other region where you're going to be building this building out. I'll just click on elevations, load it, and within a few seconds you would be able to see that Snaptrude has brought in the map, but it's not just a static map, it's actually a contoured elevation topography of that place for us to evaluate if the site context in the building which you are designing go hand in hand or not. So cut fill analysis, etc. can very quickly be done to evaluate the feasibility of this project. So I've just moved around the topography. I can set the datum. I can even rotate the topography to set the true north in the more appropriate way to align with the site context. And at this particular latitude and longitude, I can do climate studies with things like sun path diagram. With a click of a button, as you can see, it has created a sun path diagram now, with this being the true north, and understand which material can go what place better at the massing stage itself. So when you're detailing it out, you're well aware of what kind of materials to use, where to use, etc. So as I was explaining about going to the next stage, which is taking decision to detail it out, the entire detailing process from this massing study is automated. It's just reduced to a click of a button. So I'll just go to the construction properties. So I can set what my external wall should be. So since this is a commercial building, I'll prefer the external wall to be a glass curtain wall. And the default is 25 mm, but can be changed. And internal walls, I'll stick to brick walls and parapet as glass curtain walls. And these are the slab thicknesses, the plinth and the overhangs. And now what I would do is I'll just create this, click this button, which is create building, and Snaptrude would automatically detail out this massing study which we have created into a detailed model in a click of a button within a few seconds. So it's just adding all the details. As you're able to see, it will take a few more seconds to crunch all those numbers to create a detailed model out. Yes, as you can see, the model is now detailed out. We can see all the external walls are 25 mm glass thickness. The slabs are created, the plinth is created, everything is detailed out for us. At any point of time, you can parametrically again go and change your details. So if I go to my construction properties again, I can just quickly go change the slab thickness from 150 to 250. And you can see parametrically to adjust such that the walls are common for the slab thickness to maintain the floor to floor height which we initially had. So it's fairly easy to edit out your designs with a click of a button. Let's just maybe go to the plan view just to see how the plans have come across. So this, you can see it's a 100 mm brick wall, whereas these other things, the external walls, are glass curtain walls. And you can even look at how the properties of each one of these wall families is, since it's a BIM model. So you can see it's a brick wall internal. This is the dimension, the length and the height, the surface area and the volume as well. And even you can see what it is made up of, that it's made up of brick, and the finishes are plaster applied on both sides of the wall of 12 mm and 2 mm of paint applied on both sides of the wall. So as and how you keep adding more details to this wall, it will keep getting updated, and you can even customize your amount of the thickness of paint, the plaster, so you can generate much more accurate BIM model which will give you a detailed bill of quantities with a click of a button. So just clicked BOQ over here, and it has computed how much tile is going into the building, how much brick, plaster, paint, how much RCC is getting into your intermediate slab, kind of staircases being used. All the details are created with a click of a button, which otherwise would have days to weeks for somebody to detail out and model it out. Then from here onwards, you can detail it out further. So I've got a more completed project over here of a similar project. As you can see, you can spend a few more hours, detail it out, create these detailed curtain walls, transoms, columns, the details of the columns, various decks over here, outside the building, the parapet walls, and even interior furniture, doors, windows, everything can be seamlessly added in this system over here. And with this, you can generate a much more detailed bill of quantities. Like you can see, there are two types of wooden floors available. There are the brickwork that's going into your building, the glass work, the different types of metal mesh, concrete which is being used in your walls, and even for that matter, the finishing on the columns, the plastering, all of those quantities are available. And if you have furniture elements, you can even get the tabulation of what kind of furniture is being used, what are their dimensions, what are their quantities, since these are all parametric. The basic parameters like length, breadth, height of these furniture elements are available, so you can create various instances of different configurations of these furniture and create a detailed requirement, so you're actually prepared to understand what the budgeting requirement would look like, and any change you do will help you understand this better. So let's just maybe go to the plan view of the third floor just to see how the furniture is detailed out. You can see all the test fits, etc. can be created. These are all 3D models, so there is a huge furniture library which we have available. So you can just access it over here and drag and drop each one of those arrange them, array them, and create detailed test fits, interior layouts, and all those other things. So I can just maybe quickly select this coffee table, so we can have a couple of coffee tables here itself, have a chair or something like that to create these interior fits. And whatever we have been able to create over here can also now be exported to any of your documentation or other tools. Be it for rendering, you can go to Lumion, Enscape, Twinmotion with an FBX or an OBJ file or a 3ds file. Or if you want to generate drawings which are properly hatched, layered, accurate drawings, you can just export out a DWG. It will create a layered floor plan, ceiling plan, structural plan separately, so you can document it there and dimension it out. Or if you are into a BIM workflow, you can just export out a .rbt file, create a native Revit file with all the families intact, with the layers of the wall intact, door families, window families, everything will be intact, so you can actually continue your detailing work into your favorite choice of BIM tool. And we also support IFC as well, so if you're into any other BIM tool, you can go there as well, and PDF just if you want to communicate something. So even on top of all of these things, Snaptrude, as I said, is an online tool. So one biggest advantage is the ability to auto-save and auto-sync projects, and that leads to collaboration. So you can just invite, say, your colleagues or team members right into this model by clicking on the share. It works exactly similar to how Google Docs works or Google Drive works. You can just invite your team members with this, give them permission to either just view the model, edit the model, or even comment out the model. So based on that, you can have 50, 60, hundreds of people simultaneously work on the same project and arrive at their decisions. Their feedback loops can be shortened out because of this seamless synchronized workflow that Snaptrude has been able to create. And even further, a lot of details, furniture elements, neighborhood studies, shadow studies, and much more can be created on the platform. And there are a lot of resources available on our website which highlight various types of projects being done on the platform and which company is using in which form. All of those details will be available on our website on snaptrude.com. Thank you so much. So this is just a very brief introduction of what Snaptrude can do. There's a lot more that we can help you get. So please, if you want a demo or a personalized demo, you can just book a demo by going to our website, schedule a time, and we would be happy to run you through what we are building at Snaptrude. Thank you so much.